Good morning, friends. Today's topic is deregulation of banking interest rate. Government of India had deregulated banking interest rate in 2011. We will discuss why did government deregulate banking interest in 2011. First, what is banking interest rate? The bank has different types of interest rate. For example, saving interest rate, fixed deposit interest rate, house loan interest rate, education loan interest rate. So, bank has such different types of interest rate. These interest rate were controlled by the RBI up to 2010. These interest rates were deregulated by RBI in 2011. That means from 2011 onwards, individual banks were allowed to fix their interest rate for their customers. Basically, deregulation of banking interest rate was one of the recommendations of Narsimha Committee which was set up in 2000 which was set up in 1991. But Government of India had ignored this recommendation up to 2011. Or we can say government had taken around 20 years to implement the recommendations of Narsimha Committee of 1991. So, why did the government deregulate banking interest rate in 2011? To explain this, I will just tell you the scenario of the present situation in the economy. You all know the saving rate. So, India has a high saving rate. Similarly, China is also having the high saving rate. This high saving rate has three contributors. First is household saving, second is private sector saving, and third is government saving. In all these three, the biggest contributor is household saving. Household saving means saving of a common man like me or you. Regarding this household saving, if you see the contribution, so around 55% saving goes into the unproductive assets. That means if I am saving 100 rupees, so out of that 100 rupees, I invest 55 rupees in unproductive assets. Unproductive assets means these assets which do not give you the return and do not create the employment. So, land, gold may be termed as unproductive assets, and around 45% or 45 rupees of my saving enters into the productive assets. So, there are many productive assets like insurance, equity, mutual fund, pension fund, fixed deposit, and so on. In last 30-40 years, we have seen that our investment, household saving investment in productive asset is declined continuously. So, how to reverse this trend? That means government is trying to encourage the people to make more investment in productive assets than unproductive assets. So, encouraging the household sector to increase its saving in the form of financial assets like equity, insurance, pension fund, mutual fund. But this cannot be done overnight. So, in the short term, the only option is to encourage the household to save more in the form of bank deposits. Again, now we will discuss the situation of 2011-12 because this is the year when government had deregulated the banking interest rate. So if you see the economic scenario or banking scenario of 2011-12, you will find two situations. During this period, bank credit growth rate was around 22% and bank deposit growth rate was around 15%. What does it mean? Bank credit growth rate was around 22% means if the last year bank had given 100 rupees as a loan to the customer, so the next year they are giving around 122 rupees as a loan to their customer. Similarly, bank's deposit growth rate was 15%. For example, that means last year if bank had accepted 100 rupees as a deposit from the customer, then for the next years the deposit rate was around 115 rupees. So if you see this credit growth rate and deposit growth rate, there is a gap of around 7%. So this is the mismatch of around 7%. So because of that mismatch, bank also always had the shortage of money. So to manage that mismatch, bank used to resort to liquidity adjustment facility regularly or frequently. I hope everyone know about the liquidity adjustment facility. Otherwise, I will try to elaborate these terms in other that my video. But it was expected that liquidity adjustment facility should be used occasionally by the banks. To overcome the mismatch between credit and deposits, bank must increase their deposit growth rate. This could be increased or that deposit growth rate could be increased by attracting the investor to deposit into the banks. The investor would deposit to the banks if banks offer higher interest rate for the depositors. That means if bank want to attract the investor, bank should have the power to define their interest rate, and because of that market compulsion, RBI had taken the decision to regulate the bank interest rate, and that way bank got the freedom to decide their interest rate to woo or to attract the depositors. Thank you for watching my video.